Hey y'all, it's producer, and today I'm reviewing Stepsisters. And to be honest, I wasn't really too interested in this movie, but through the magic of Twitter, I was like, okay, I'll check it out. So on Twitter, Dear White People tweeted out a photo, and it was like, oh, support Nia Gervier, um, what's this? Oh, support Nia Gervier, Mark A. Richardson, and Lena Waithe in the film Stepsisters. I was like, interesting. So I knew this movie was gonna be devoid of melanin on screen, but then after watching like a video of Stepsisters from the cast and crew on Stepsisters Twitter, I found out that oh snap, this movie is gonna be written by black people and directed by black people. I was like, okay. So I was like, okay, this is gonna be. I said okay like 3 times, but I knew this is gonna be. I knew this movie was gonna be like, oh, kumbaya, we're all one race, and white people are the victims of racism. Cultural appropriation is fine. Like it's not gonna be that movie at all, at all. And this movie is also really funny, but I'll get into that later. But yeah, I got really interested in this film. I thought that was interesting. I'm not interesting, but I thought that was important for y'all to know because I know some people may have their doubts into watching it. But yeah, up into 3 parts. The first one is like the things I liked. The second is gonna be like the negatives. And then the first is just like my overall review. So I'm gonna start with the positives because I'm a positive guy. And I really like the comedy in this film. Like they had a lot like stellar actors that really just brought out the humor. Like for example, Eating Sure, which was Beth in this film. She was just so awkward, but also optimistic, which was good, which was really funny just for the pure juxtaposition of her and like the negativity of, let's say, Danielle. Like I really liked that. I remember her from The Middle because I used to watch that show a lot. And Beth is the same person. I mean, not Beth. Eating Sure is basically acting as the same person. It's just that she's a bit more vulgar. But yeah, I like that in the film. Something else I also really liked was the racist jokes, which is weird because normally I don't like racist jokes because normally really played out and they're not too interesting. But you know, they switched it up a bit. Something I think was really clever was making the boyfriend. He was a real radical. He's all pro-black and everything, but he's white. Jamila's boyfriend is white. So they have like a Sam and Gabe thing going on from Dear White People, but the races are reversed. So I think that's really interesting. But he was really funny because he'll say something like, oh, and you need to stop white girls from stepping because then it's going to be appropriated like how jazz was. But then his whole speech is drenched in AAVE. And he like goes ahead and gives some random black guy some dap. Like, he's hypocritical and he's also really radical. I just thought that was funny. His whole existence is a joke. And I mean that in a critical way and as a mean way. Like, he's a joke. I really didn't like his character. Because while he was funny, he just was so annoyingly woke. Yeah, he was annoyingly woke. Like, shut up. And I know it's weird because it's supposed to be the positives, but when he's not annoying, he's funny. He's funny. But yeah, the other thing I thought was funny was the dean. The dean, he was wild. He was wild and gay, and he giving me Nomi vibes from Grownish, which, by the way, I do reviews of Grownish. If you want to see some of those, you just click that iCard right here. But no, y'all, he would, like, homegirl has, like, a whole system because apparently he does this a lot. He's like, borders, 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 borders. Whenever he just keeps talking, like, good for you, Jamila. Because some people, they just let people bother them. But, my big things about this film that I really liked is the portrayal of white black characters. So I'm gonna first talk about Kevin. Kevin is adopted, so he's white by nature, but he's not really that white. Like, he's not walking around here, going to Starbucks, playing hockey, saying all lives matter. No, he just does unconventional black people things. And I like that. Like, we should have more of those types of black people represented in black film. And they're not the butt of the joke. Which brings me into Sandra's character. Sandra was first the butt of the joke because she was like, sis, I'm not related to you. And then every time that she would be like, excuse me, this is maybe a white sorority, but I'm definitely black. But it's a bit more than that. She actually has like, I don't want to say character development because more on Jamila accepting Sandra for her whiteness, but Jamila learns that like, oh, Sandra, she may do all these things, but she's still a black person. I should still respect her as not only a black person, but a person in general. And I thought that was really nice because Nia Gervier, she played the same character in Dear White People, and she was just a butt of the joke. And that was fine then, but I really like what they did here. So I'm just giving mad props to the writers of the show for this. And, oh snap, I didn't mean to do this. But yeah, they humanized her by giving her like a whole plot about this. Because first of all, people are like, oh, she's black. I mean, not black. Oh, she's such a white girl. Because that's why she didn't get into Delta Phi Chi. Because she's not black enough. But homegirl's black enough to realize that you shouldn't wave a Confederate flag. I was like, okay, she's not that black. I mean, not black. She's not that white, in my opinion, anyway. About the film was the whole, the whole premise was stepping. Now, for transparency's sake, I will tell you that I'm not really too familiar with stepping. Like, I know what it is and everything, but I'm a whole junior. Like, I don't have the opportunities as many people do to see, people step and stuff. So I think that what the stepping was, I thought it was really good. But I can't tell you, like, it was good in, like, comparison to, like, other stuff because I'm not that experienced. So don't you come in and be like, what are you talking about? That was trash. It's like, how am I supposed to know if it's trash? I don't really watch stuff like that. But, yeah, I thought they were really nice sequences. And, what was it? Oh, and I like the montages, too. To see how hard SBB would work with Jamila, Ro Beta Mu and themselves, which by the way, Ro Beta Mu, that was so funny. That when they tried to make them seem more intimidating than they were, that was so, okay, what was her? Beth was all like, ruff, and I was like, girl, sit down. But he was like, he slapped her butt and was like, that's what I'm talking about. I was like, this movie is so wild. But yeah, I like that sequences in the film. Those sequences in the film. Later on, after they lost the first competition, and they were like, teamwork. What is it? Yeah, it was Red Rover. Whenever homegirl was playing Red Rover with them, I thought that was a nice touch. But yeah, I thought the whole stepping thing was good, and which a little side note. When they're at the competition, I really liked that the MC was open to the white girls stepping. Because the first one was so rude. She was funny, but she was so rude to the white girls. Which I'm going to touch on that. How this film was interesting about bringing conversations about race. But yeah, the MC in the second one, he was so nice. He was like, oh, now they might be a little vanilla, but no, let's be nice. Hype them up, guys. Give up. And then I was like, okay, so this, damn. This MC, tragic. This MC, he's a bit more open-minded, and I like that. And what really got me going, well, I shouldn't say got me going. That sounds weird. But I really like the fact that the MC is Emmanuel Hudson. Emmanuel Hudson. Wait, Hudson? Whatever. Asking all them questions guy. I was like, okay. That really made not the movie, but like that made that scene a whole lot better because everyone knows. I'm just saying Emmanuel. Emmanuel, he's funny and he's good. But yeah, I liked his cameo and I liked the stepping part of the film. To say, since we're talking about stepping, I thought I could rep my parents' school, Morgan State. It's actually one of the schools I'm interested in, but enough about that. Cons of this movie, I have to say, it's nothing like stylistic wise in reference to like the cinematography, because I think that was pretty good. It's like plot points or more plot decisions. That's what I should say. I really didn't like a lot of plot decisions in this movie. First of all, the fact that you're gonna tell me that Danielle thought it was a good idea to send those pictures to the dean to ruin Jamila's life, you're gonna tell me that she thought that through and think that they would have no repercussions on her sorority and the sorority's relationship? Like, no, girl, it is, well, not girl, but one is, you're trying to tell me that homegirl would really do that and not think of how it would negatively impact her and her sorority when it's obvious and evident, and we actually have, well, I guess it's so evident. She was like, in that intervention after they first lost the first competition, she told how much she cared about the freaking competition. I mean, not competition. Wow, I'm making so many mistakes. How she cares so much about the sorority, but you're gonna tell me that she would freaking ruin the sorority and stepping in general for everyone by sending the dean those freaking pictures? Like, no, I don't think that's believable at all. I think that was just a contrived plot point. And something else I think is contrived is this tension with Jamila and Delta Phi Chi. You're trying to tell me that these girls just found out, like, at the end of the movie, well, middle of the end of the movie? Like, no, y'all tried it. I think what would have been a bit more of an interesting thing is, as opposed to keeping it a secret, Jamila in the beginning would tell the girls, like, so you think it'd be a bad idea for white girls to step? Well, I'm teaching them. And then there'll be like a rift between Jamila and her own sorority. And it would all culminate with, at the final competition, the white girls, or no, I shouldn't say the white girls, but Sigma Beta Beta, I don't think they would necessarily win. I think what they have it right now, I've been getting second, but then Delta Phi Chi getting first. I think that's good. It would end off with that, and then they would get respect. It's like, oh wow, so not only they were learned stepping from a black person, but they clearly didn't bastardize stepping, and they obviously have respect for us. And so they dropped the claims about cultural appropriation, and everything is all nice. But what I think this makes plot really interesting, this new plot idea, is that throughout the film, Jamila would be harassed through it, and so would the sorority. And then like acts of, I guess, intolerance to show how trifling Delta Phi Chi is. They would like graffiti the Sigma Beta Beta house, and then I guess, well, no, it just be, that could be one of the things, and they could also like harass homegirl through text messages, and I think that would give a lot more better, a lot better drama than what was already given to us, because I thought that was unnecessary drama that's given to us in the film. And also what I didn't like was like minor things about the plot. So you're really trying to tell me that Jamila actually only wanted to go to college, or not college, Harvard, because her parents wanted her to? And we're just now finding this out, like, towards the end of the film? Like, that was random. It was also random, was that, like, apparently the only reason she did Delta Phi Chi was to prove how black she was. Like, that was random. Y'all could have brought that up when she was talking to, homegirl, Sandra, or Kevin. Like, that was random. That was random. That could be developed a bit more, too. I didn't like how that was just thrown in there. And this is just me being a faithful person. Why in the world did y'all have this plot about, like, well, not plot, but like y'all were developing this romance between Kevin and Jamila when we all know that they were going to end up being together? But y'all developing that when homegirl was already dating the white hotep. That should be an oxymoron, but it exists. The white hotep. Now, I will say I'm glad that they broke up after the first competition, because he was so annoying with his white guilt and his white hotepiness. But when they broke up, homegirl was already investing a lot of relationship time with Kevin. So I didn't like that. Guys, stay faithful. The fact that they wasted the N-word on Dane? Dane? He don't deserve it. He don't deserve it. I think this movie is a really good start in having conversations about race. And I know people have felt like it shouldn't be like your start, but if it is your start, I think it's a good one. because it talks about cultural appropriation. Although I will say it's vague about it. Everyone who says cultural appropriation is bad, well, not bad, but white girls stepping is cultural appropriation. They're all depicted as like antagonists, so you know, it doesn't really show that they were. It shows that because they're antagonists, it shows that their view is wrong, but it's not necessarily wrong, it's just misguided, and that wasn't really clear in the movie. No one was like, well, no, it wasn't homegirl was not bastardized. Or no, homegirl. Wow. The white girls did not bastardize stepping, and they learn from a black person, and they have respect for the people that do it. But no, that was not cleared up. So I don't believe that Aisha and everybody else that thinks it was appropriation, I don't think they ever learned that. So I had a problem with that. It wasn't clear, but everything else about race, like I said, is a good conversation starter. Because while it wasn't clear, they sort of tried. So you could see people's perspectives and stuff. And also, like I said, they have all these Oreo characters. And I think that's very important understanding race, whether you're black or you're white or neither, because we're in America, guys. There are other races. But yeah, it was good in like showing how they're people too, and they shouldn't just be made the butt of jokes. Like, they deserve more than that. And I also want to say the writing, like with the racist jokes too, it was good. And when they were depicting all these black people that were laughing at the white girl stepping in the first competition, like, that is real. Right? I do believe black people would act like that if they just saw that white girls were gonna like step. And I feel like it's realistic. It's not a good thing to say. I'm not proud to admit that, but I think that is real, and I'm glad that they showed that. And these probably aren't the same people, but I'm glad that the black audience in the second competition, they were a lot more open-minded, especially, like I said, Emmanuel Hudson. But I thought that was good writing. Which, by the way, this one had good writing overall. Props to Chuck Hayward. I mean, wait, is it Hayward? I'm gonna be mad. Yeah, Chuck Hayward. But props to him, and props to the whole crew in general. This movie was great. But yeah, this film was pretty good, but had a lot of plot issues. So I recommend it, and I would give it a 7 out of 10. But what do y'all think? What would y'all give the film? But yeah, this is my first movie review. No, y'all just saw my computer. But yeah, this is my first movie review, and I'm just playing around with formats. I'm gonna try to see how this pros, cons, and overall thing is gonna work. But yeah, tell me how y'all liked about the movie, and maybe the review if y'all want to. If y'all actually have, if y'all like this review, there's more movie reviews coming out. And if y'all like just me in general, I review other stuff too. I have this lovely link to my Grownish reviews if you will be interested. But yeah, I review a bunch of, I'm going to be reviewing more black media, so I'm not going to say subscribe, but, stay tuned.